Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. I'm very glad you're here. Today we're going to be twisting a balloon cactus. That's what we're going for. You can see he has his mustache and his hat and and I put a little flower right there. That's supposed to be a little flower I sometimes see on a cactus. And then I saw someone add the hat as well. Seemed very fitting. So let me go hold up the balloon there so you can see the artwork. If you've seen some of the other balloons I've made before, I'm following that artwork. The eyes are cute that way, and so they're really simple to do, and can't go wrong with that. So anyway, one more time for you. So the markers I'm using are black, white, and green. Now the green, if you noticed, is a little bit darker. There you go. But you can probably still get away with using like a lime green or a lighter green than this, okay? And then let me go ahead and set this guy down just for a second. Oh, by the way, if you haven't seen the other tutorials that I have for these Latin festival, Cinco de Mayo, types of balloons, I do have the maracas video, and then I also have a piñata balloon as well. You can kind of see it there on the back. So let me go ahead and put this to the side for a second, and let's go over the balloons we're going to be using. I have a 160 black, 160 red, and then we're using mocha 260 for the hat, and then we're going to use a 350 for the body. Don't have a 350, don't worry about it. You can just use a 260. It's no big deal. So probably easier to work with anyway, but that's what we have. So with my tutorials, what I always do is I bring the sound down and I'll twist, and then I'll do voiceover at that point. So hopefully I don't go too fast or too slow for you, but anytime you're unsure about something, just comment below and I'll do my best to help you out, okay? Let's go ahead and bring that sound down and let's get started twisting. Here we go. The first balloon I'm going to start with is our mocha. I'm going to go ahead and make a loop, and this is actually going to be for the hat. So I pulled the nozzle right through so we don't lose that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my 350, hold it up against there, and I'm actually going to twist these around each other a couple times before I end up pulling that nozzle through to help it stay there with the mocha. There we go. And so from there I'm doing about a 4-finger segment. I'm going to go to 2 pinch twists. Okay, there we are. And I'm actually going to twist those 2 together. Alrighty. And the way I'm going to split these is I'm going to just roll that 350 between those 2 balloons, and we're going to get ourselves 2 pinch twists when we do that. Okay, so that's good to go. Alright, and from there I'm actually going to go right to my black 160, and that's I think I might have mentioned it earlier, but that's what I'm going to use to create our mustache. Okay, so it's about 5 fingers there for the mustache, and I'm actually going to roll the knot a little bit, that way I get a little more length out of it. There we go. Alrighty, and so I'm going to go ahead and twist it in where the 2 pinch twists are, and we're just going to go around a few times, and then once I do that I'll go ahead and match it up. Alrighty, and once I'm content with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. I do have my cutter down below, so that's making everything pretty easy, keep everything nice and trim. So that time I had a lot of balloon still left, so it was really easy to break it off, but again I still have a little tail left over, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. Okay, same thing for this side. Make sure it just has a nice clean look when it's all said and done. Alrighty, so now we're good to go, and right now you might have noticed that they're sticking out. No big deal. We'll go back and fix that at the end. So right now this is probably the hardest part of the balloon right here to do, is I have to break it, and then I have to tie both ends off. I don't want to lose one or the other. I'm going to use them both. Okay, so I think I almost had one ready to go. Yes, I did. I got one, and here's the other one too. And again, just like I did before with the mustache, I'm going to go ahead and trim that down as well. Make sure it's nice and neat, okay? Alrighty, so from there I'm going to go right to the hat. So the hat's going to be 2 bubbles. There we are. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing around, and I'm going to bring that balloon back to the second bubble, and I'm actually going to roll it into that one. And what's going to happen is it's going to create a pinch twist. And so I'm just going to repeat that again, so that way we bring the brim of the hat out wider. And once it gets back there, I'm going to go ahead and twist into that pinch twist again. I've made this hat several times, so if you've seen some of the videos before, you'll definitely notice this hat being made over and over. So just follow those same instructions, and that should be pretty easy. There we go. So we just have a little bit left over. We're going to go ahead and roll it around and then tuck that tail inside. Make sure it's nice and secure. There we go. I would say I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm just moving it around a little bit just to straighten things out. And if you saw the jalapeno design or the chili pepper design, it's almost like that if you look at it with the green and everything. So anyway, right now what I'm going to be making is the little flower that you sometimes see on cactuses. I was looking up cartoons when I was doing this, cartoon cactuses. Cacti, I think it's cacti. I said cactuses. No, I'm pretty sure it's cacti. So I just did a 4 bubble and 4 segment, and then I'm just taking the tail of that balloon and I'm just wrapping it around. So what I did is I did 2 segments and then I actually just matched them together, if you notice that. And then I'm just taking the tail of that balloon and wrapping it around. And same thing with the other end of the tail. I made sure to leave a good excess, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around as well just to really secure it. Okay, so we have this nice 4 bubble cluster that we're looking at. It's gonna go right into one of the nozzles there. I'm gonna secure it. There we go. And just going right over the top there and just rolling that balloon into it. Make sure it's nice. There we go. Good to go. So right now what I'm doing is I'm actually measuring the balloon about how big do I want this to be at the end. And it's going to vary, you know, sometimes you want your cactus one arm longer than the other. And so you see mine's about 3 hand widths across before I chop it down to size. And once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and trim it one more time with my knot. Alright, and I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. And so now I think I'm going to go with the side that has a flower on it. I think I decided to make that one the shorter one, just because the flower is about another inch, you know, on the top there with the flowers, so it makes up for it being a little bit shorter. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and split it more on the side, and then there we go. And now I'm just going to lay it just like I did with the mustache earlier. I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. Lay it up against there, and then give it a good spin just to make sure it's really in there and it's not getting away. And now it's just a matter of adjusting it so the arms are above the pinch twists. So we have the 2 pinch twists there that we made earlier where the mustache went in. So that's what I'm saying is make sure the arms above those, and then the mustaches or the 2 halves of the mustache are below the arms, almost like if they're coming out of the armpits. Hopefully that makes sense, but it really does help them stay in place when you do that. And so that's all I'm doing right now. I'm just adjusting them, make sure they fall in place just fine, and make sure they're not rolling all over. And that pretty much brings the twisting to an end. And as I was mentioning, when you're working with 350s, it can get a little tricky. So first you might want to try a 260. Anyway, thanks for watching. All right, so we made it to the end, and so pardon me, my throat and my voice dried up a little there. I wasn't saying anything. So you can see it's not too bad, but one thing to keep in mind though is make sure that you're keeping this balloon when you're working with this 350 nice and loose. That way you can move it around quite a bit. And then the positioning right here for the, because we have the 2 pinch twists here on the front and the back, definitely makes this the arms of the cactus, and in this case the mustache helps them fall right in place. So anyway, let's go over the artwork really quick. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the dark green to do a lot of this foundation for our work. And so all I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and add the little marks for the quills. I think that's what they're called. Maybe they're called the spines. I'm not sure. Or the stickers, right? Or the needles. Oh yeah, I think it's the needles. That's right. Okay. So I'm just doing random ones around, but I'm not doing the or what's going to be our face area or the eye area. I'm not doing that just yet. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do the mouth. Okay. So that's what I'm starting with. If you kind of turn on its side, it's kind of like a crescent moon, kind of, if you want to see it in those terms. But I squashed it a little bit, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and add some lines there. That's going to be our teeth. So we can kind of space them. And then in a minute, we're going to come back with white, and we'll be able to add that, fill that in. So let's go over the eyes really quick. So I'm going to go up and come back down. Do it again. There we go. Okay. And if you turn it sideways, it's kind of like a 6. See? Hopefully I have that held up there for you, right? Okay. And then I'm just going to repeat on the other side. There you go. And I think if I do, yeah, it's going to be like a backward 60 there. So anyway, just trying to think of it or share with the way I think about it when I'm drawing it. So now I'm going to start to do some black, and then we're going to finish with white last, okay? So that's what we have right there. So I'm going to do 2 things with the black. I'm going to fill in that area there with the eyes that I left open. And I'll hold it up here for you in just a minute so you can see. Okay, there's one done. Ta-da. And I'll go ahead and do the other. Squeaky. Alrighty, there you go. So you got them both done. And then the next thing I'm going to do, because I have the black marker ready to go, is I'm going to do some nice thick eyebrows for our cactus. Give them a little bit of attitude, a little bit of style. All right, and then the last one we're going to use is the white marker. So the first thing I'm going to do first, or start with, is I'm going to go down here and go ahead and color in the teeth, and then we'll go out and fill in the eyes, and then we'll call it a day. There we go. So the teeth are colored in, just like that. Nice pearly whites. All right. And then I will color in one side of the eyes, and then, or one of the eyes, and then I will hold that up so you can see it. There you go. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Fill that in. There you go. And then the last part's going to be the highlights in the eye. And I'm just going to do one big one and one little one. Okay. Give them some real cute eyes. All right. There we go. Hold that up for you one more time. There you go. And then let's get the other cactus back. Welcome back, cactus. There we go. I try to make sure they're not covering up my face when I do the video, hiding behind these guys. So anyway, if you like this video, please share it. Please rate it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. Comment. Let me know what you thought about it. Will you use this? Will you not use it? That way I can know what kind of content I should be sharing or putting out there. So anyway, last but not least, subscribe. That way if I'm putting more stuff out, you will know about it. So that brings the video to an end. Thanks again very much for watching. Until next time, happy twisting.